From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. Very warm waters, steering currents, and other factors point to the Gulf as the main area of concern for tropical development over the next couple of weeks. Other systems may form farther east over the Atlantic basin, but AccuWeather meteorologists are saying that Gulf development would allow the least time for U.S. coastal preparations. AccuWeather lead hurricane expert Alex De Silva said that the Western Caribbean and the Gulf will be monitored closely later on this week and continuing through at least the end of September. A storm may develop in that zone and move toward the U.S. Due to the formation so close to land, storms that develop in this area would leave coastal residents with the least preparation time. On average, based on typical steering currents, a tropical storm that forms in the northwestern Caribbean may have only 3 to 5 days before it potentially reaches the U.S. However, a storm that forms in the Gulf could reach the U.S. coastline in as little as 2 days. De Silva said any storm that moves into the Gulf has the potential to rapidly intensify due to the record-high ocean heat content. Ocean heat content accounts for not only sea surface temperatures, but also the warmth extending into deeper waters. Gulf heat content is likely to remain extremely warm through the rest of September. Water temperatures in parts of the Western Caribbean and the Gulf are near 90, well above the 80-degree threshold for tropical development. De Silva said, in general, tropical activity is expected to increase during the second half of September. There is a high risk of tropical development potential beginning on Tuesday as a tropical wave pushes off Africa and moves into the main development region of the Atlantic. A second tropical wave is expected to move off the coast of Africa this week. Both tropical waves will be monitored closely for any signs of development. De Silva said that there should be less disruptive wind shear, less dry air, and less Saharan dust in the main development region of the Atlantic this week, right where we suspect that some activity may occur. The atmospheric conditions that limited tropical development in recent weeks are easing. Every tropical wave moving off Africa will be monitored closely as they move through warm waters with conditions that are conducive for tropical development. Because of the extended lull in tropical activity, which began in late August, AccuWeather has slightly lowered its projections of tropical storms and hurricanes for this year's Atlantic season. However, the tropical forecast team of experts at AccuWeather continues to project that 2 to 4 additional major hurricanes may still develop during the remainder of the season, which concludes on November 30th. Thus far, Aaron has been the only hurricane and the only major hurricane to occur this season. Aaron reached Category 5 intensity on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale with sustained winds of 160 miles per hour. That's all for now. You can find more regional forecasts and science-based articles at AccuWeather.com. And for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.